Hello, my name is Analisa. I'm a doctoral student in the PDCIVA program from the University of the Republic, Uruguay. I'm going to present the following study called Genus Hyalella in Uruguay, Molecular Diversity and Provisional New Species. Hyalella is the only genus of epigean freshwater amphipods present in South America, and different species of Hyalella have been used as bioindicators of environmental conditions and pollution. In Uruguay, the only registered species is Hyalella curvispina for Montevideo, registered in 1942. In South America, several species groups have been suggested, one of them curvispina complex, with species from east of the Andes and its area of influence with affinities to Hyalella curvispina. The general objective of this study is evaluate the molecular diversity of Hyalella in Uruguay for the first time using 4 markers, and we investigate its systematic position in the framework of a viable phylogenetic hypothesis for the genus, and specifically assess the number of Hyalella cryptis species in Uruguay and infer the phylogeny of Hyalella, comparing Hyalella curvispina with similar and different morphs, and place the Uruguayan Hyalella within the clade identified by Sapelloni in 2021. In regard to materials and methods, we visit 9 country points where the different morphs similar to Hyalella curvispina come from and collected in 8 of them. All samples collected were stored in liquid nitrogen at the collection site. We obtained total genomic DNA extraction from 5 animals for each of the 8 morphs and Hyalella curvispina previously collected. We amplified by PCR. The PCR products were purified and automatically sequenced in macrogen. And we obtained partial sequence of the genes KOI, 12A, 28A, and H3. We calculate global nucleotide distance and pairwise distance within morph and species. We estimate phylogenetic reconstruction with MEGA, and Bayesian phylogenetic methods were also performed in BEAST. In the results, as we can see in Table 1, we recover 11 KOI sequences that include Hyalella curvispina and only 5 morphs. The rest of the genes were sequenced for Hyalella curvispina and all morphs. Most of the morphs have different haplotypes, but there were shared haplotypes in all cases, generally for geographically close localities. Pairwise genetic distance are summarized in Table 2. Allogenetic distance is observed for all markers among the Uruguayan morph, with a specimen of H4 being from La Valleja, the much more divergent morph concerning the rest of the Uruguayan samples. We propose maintain the complex name Hyalella curvispina for the most of the forms and suggest one new provisional species correspond to the specimen H4 from La Valleja locality, naming Hyalella sp1 in the phylogenetic trees. In the phylogenetic reconstruction, no gene analyzed independently shows solvency in the resolution of the most known. The 3 genes KOI, 12A and 28A shows that the Uruguayan samples are paraphyletic respect the species Hyalella kochi and Hyalella montforti. The Bayesian species tree considers all markers, resolve most of the known with highest part of the posterior probability. In the figure 6, the species tree obtained, excluding KOI, has the same general topology and higher posterior probability values. The information from the Uruguayan samples, H7, that was not recovered with KOI, is incorporated and shows high affinity with 2 samples, Hyalella kochi and Hyalella montforti, than with the majority group of the Uruguayan samples, and we consider this a new species called Hyalella sp2. All Uruguayan samples are more closely related to clade E, so they could be considered part of the clade E. In addition, we suggest a new clade, clade G, formed by Hyalella sp1. This study evaluates the genetic diversity based on 4 loci in Hyalella curvispina, previously identified similar morphs in Uruguay. In this way, we are able to propose the paraphyletic status of curvispina complex, estimate its phylogenetic position, curvispina complex in clade E, and we suggest the clade G formed by Hyalella sp1. And finally, suggest the presence at least 2 provisional species new to Uruguay. Thank you very much.